Would you like to hear a story of one of the very first conspiracy theories? Well, there once lived a man named Noe, and he was a righteous man. He was pure in his generation, meaning his genes were pure. And he lived amongst a whole bunch of unrighteous people. And God came to him and said, "Hey, I'm going to give these people 120 years to change their ways, and if not, I'm going to bring a flood upon this land. I'm going to bring water from the sky. I'm going to open up the windows of the firmament, and I'm going to drown out the wickedness upon this land and open up the fountains of the deep." So he conspired with a righteous man, and they created this conspiracy theory. So imagine you went about your day and you see this man that you know is righteous. He's not about the foolery. He's not going around being like the world, and he's building this giant ship. And you see this take place every single day. You're like, wow, this guy, like, what is he doing? You mean to tell me there's rain that's going to be coming down from the sky? Water? What? No. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, walking in faith, doing exactly what he was supposed to do because he was righteous, he was upright. And that day came, and God said, "Hey, it's time to get on that ship with you, your family, and your family's family, along with a whole bunch of clean and unclean animals." So he conspired. That was that gentleman's handshake that a lot of these people operate in this world. They do the exact same thing. There's a gentleman's handshake where it says, "Hey, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do to you before I do it." They warn you. So there was another conspiracy theory that happened. Abraham knew that God was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, and he begged God, and he said, "Hey, I know there's only a handful of righteous people in this city, but please, if I can find 50 righteous people to save the masses, will you spare them?" He said, "Sure." Went down, couldn't find 50. How about 45? God said, "Okay." How about 40? Couldn't find 40. How about 35? Couldn't find 35. How about 30? Couldn't find 30. How about 25? Couldn't find 25. How about 20? Couldn't find 20. How about 15? Nope. How about 10? Not even. 4 people. Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters. Lot went to his sons-in-laws and said, "Hey, leave this city, it's about to be destroyed." And you know what they said? They thought he was joking. They thought he was joking, this righteous man. So I'm saying all this to say that this land called America, along with this world, is under judgment, and a lot of people will soon see the famines that are upon this land, all of the heat that's increasing. Yeah, you can blame it on the data centers, but God is allowing this to happen. He's warning you. He's giving you a taste of the fire. You don't like the heat now? You're not going to like the heat later. The real heat. This heat is nothing. Turn from your wicked ways. Remove yourself from sinning. A lot of people think, oh, this isn't about salvation. Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, when he saved the adulterous woman, he said, go and sin no more. He didn't say, "Hey, I'm going to die for your sins pretty soon, so you can just keep on sinning." He said, "No, sin no more. Sin no more." Find out what sin is. It's a violation of certain laws pertaining to you. Everything has laws. You're willing to not violate man's laws. you're perfectly fine with like not going 100 miles per hour just because someone's going to pull you over, take your license, make you pay money, something that doesn't even matter, but you're willing to violate the Most High's laws. Laws are universal. So I'm saying all this to say, yeah, conspiracies are dandy and all, but you don't have to worry about those conspiracies. And then better yet, all of those conspiracies turn you back to Yeshua anyways. Flat Earth, God. Depopulation, God. He was one of the first ones to depopulate this world. Everything that you see is just a mimicry of what God is doing and has done. So turn from your wicked ways. Save yourself from this untorn generation. Turn from all of this wickedness. Stop it. Sexual immorality, violating his traditions, going to church on Sundays, violating the Sabbath, all of these things. Stop it. Find out what sin is. I'm just here to warn you. You can't say you haven't been warned.